Good evening, Yokai Watch fans. This is Terry from Genkigamingtv, and we are back with Yokai Watch Y Academy, The Other In, Episode 9 review. Apparently, this episode came out unbeknownst to me, or, the guy that I normally watch that has these episodes available, Neokaze Maru 1 over on Dailymotion must have had this hidden. It shows that it was available 5 days ago, which would have been Tuesday, and I just didn't notice. Recently, Level 5 and the animation team has been hitting people hard with copyright issues that have been uploading the episodes, so let's keep our friends safe. And I guess Neo is just uploading stuff about a couple days afterwards, so Neo does not have episode 10 listed as of right now. Only episode 9 is on Neo's channel over on Dailymotion, which I can't possibly blame Neo for not posting episode 10. Then again, I don't know Neo personally. Let's dive a little bit into the episode. This episode is Pulizan Buleiku Akaten Tolazu Shuyosho, or Prison Break Akaten Tolaz Camp, which is kind of a rip or a parody of Alcatraz. And this episode starts off with our boys all failing tests, all doing pretty poorly on their test in Whisper, or as we call this villain, Haruhiko Usumizawa-san throws them in prison. Yep, it's as simple as that. So Junpei, Mataro, and Sandayu all go to Alcatraz, basically. And everything here is actually building up in a pretty decent way. We could see what Whisper did, or what Haruhiko did, as a bad thing, but in hindsight, we did get to see Junpei and Sandayu fight without their yokai hero power, with their own spiritual pressure or spiritual energy. And we also got to see that energy develop a little bit during this episode. While watching it, I did notice in a couple different scenes that blue aura that they have around their fist, that it is actually a little bit bigger than what it's been before. Also, the other prisoners here from this island, they are all references to other anime characters. If you really want to think about it, if you look at these guys, you've seen a character that looks exactly like them. And in this episode, we're also introduced to, I believe it's Taru Tamichi and Kuruse Ikuto. And another new character is Sutomu Sanho. And we're introduced to all of these characters, and everything kind of flows together story-wise here in a rather smooth process. Basically, Mataro upsets the Spartan Kyoshi, or the Spartan teacher, or Sparta teacher, and these guys are direct references to this. The actual name is Sparta, so they're kind of a reference to Spartans, and I hate it. I just got a commercial while on the wiki. I wanted to take another look at their eyes. Their eyes looked like that of another yokai that we've seen, that for the life of me I can't remember the name. If you look at these Sparta Kyoshi, look them in the eyes, they look dead inside. Also, they have the size and the form factor of that of people from the Shadow Side universe. I'm pointing that out right now because people are like, Terry, you're missing stuff. And also the thing on their hat that looks like just a normal symbol of, or maybe like a crest, that is actually like a blood vessel. Like, you know when anime characters get mad and like the vein on their forehead starts to kind of pulsate or starts to be apparent? Yeah, that's basically what that is. If you look at it from like a different point of view, it looks directly like that. They basically put Motaro in his place, and then Sandayu and Junpei step up to try to help Motaro out, and they all end up doing push-ups. Motaro's push-ups are pathetic. And then they all go through different training. Of course, Junpei is at the head of the pack, Sandayu is in the middle, and Motaro is at the back of the pack being chased by the Sparta Kyoshi, Tachi. And we get a Rambo scene with Motaro with like pink explosive gas behind him of the Sparta Kyoshi like charging towards him. Like, it's a major Rambo or Alien 1, or I mean Predator 1 scene where the guy from the movie is just like on his knees with his hands up, and there's like explosions or like clouds of dust in the background. Also, the picture or screenshot I took with Junpei and Sandayu with boxing gloves on is rather adorable, them looking all fierce. Also, one of the Spartan Kyoshi is dabbing, the other one's just doing like a standard arm curl flex, and the other guy has his hands behind his back. And also that energy extends down from their hands to like their forearms, so I'm assuming we're gonna see full Super Saiyan or Super Duper Y Hero. Also, the food in this Alcatraz place is horrible. We get a funny pencil pun. We get introduced to a new ally. They do a prison break thanks to Koma-Dilla because he's the real Dilla. Okay, don't hate me. And we get a horrible fart joke that almost ruined the episode for me, but the fact that it was Motaro on the receiving end of it, even though everyone else behind Junpei was on the receiving end of it, but Motaro is the only one that Motaro sells the scene to make it more or less work as a joke. Had it have been anyone else, I don't think they could have sold this joke as something that worked. Yet again, fart jokes are just a light attempt to keep the elementary school students that watch it entertained, because sometimes this action is aimed towards Shugakusei and Kokogakusei, like middle school and high school students. And also, Haruhiku is looking in from the glass once they get into that room and the lights kick on. And also, there's like a purple aura glowing in his glasses. It could be like the reflection of the light, but you can see that he feasibly cut a hole into the glass to release darkness into the area. The Spartan Kyoshi take their second form. Our boys do not have their YSP watches or YSP gear. They try to spin and attack with plasmic or spiritual energy, plasma energy, whatever you want to feasibly call it. But yeah, and Junpei takes one down in the most uncouth way, probably just for the elementary school students watching. But Momo saves the day by bringing the watches. Goromi makes an appearance, and we get to see Wild Boy and Little Commander clean house. And then we get a very, very touching scene with both of our new characters that have been introduced. And I'm not missing the fact that we got 3 new medals and the fact that they'll all three play a pretty significant role, but we do get a sad backstory of the guy that basically is like, we're breaking out of here, you guys are strong enough to do it. And his tragic backstory is about him failing and him working really hard but to still not pass and to completely blank out. But his buddy's there to support him, and friendship is magic. And here at the end, we do get to see Ronto. And I like this theme of Ronto being shown off at the end of each episode, and the fact that Student Council legitimately knows something is going on. And I suspect that they do suspect Haruhiko Usumizawa. I also suspect that they might suspect that this is all tied to Junpei Jiba, Mataru Tamada, Sandayu Koma, and to the YSP Club. And I think we're about to see a war eventually between the Student Council and the YSP. I think when everything push comes to shove, that will happen. And also the Henshin, or the transformation, to Wild Boy and Little Commander are in the same stylization and vein as Shadow Side transformation from Light Side to Shadow Side, and in the same vein as a Fudomio or a Ogre Watch style transformation that Toma does. They're also really close to the same transformation splash scenes as the Yokai Watch anima. Like when Kirin or Suzaku is summoned, it's almost like a really similar splash scene or like background scene appears. Like the same colorization and thematics is used. But for the actual transformations themselves, like to Kingo Benimaru, that is basically like a Fudomio transformation. Like with how Bakara like spreads back, it's almost like the robes of Fudomio. I'm just pointing that out because someone brought it to my attention that I did not point it out before. But I'm going to be doing a separate video on the transformations later on. Hopefully if I don't have jury duty, I'll be doing it later this month. I do want to thank you all for watching and tell you guys to have a fantastic rest of your morning, afternoon, and or evening. And if you've not subscribed and you're enjoying the content, please subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.